Your marriage is in trouble. You are too busy working on your business, trying to build your empire. You don't have time for anybody else, and it's affecting your marriage. You're overwhelmed, stressed, and you're taking all of that home with you. Some of you can't even develop new relationships because you're so concerned about money, building your business, and that's a good thing to focus on. But you have to determine, you have to have a balance. You're doing everything by yourself and it's causing problems at home. You want to prove to your wife, mind you, it also works both ways. Women are also overworkers and men as well. But most of the time, it's the man of the house or the relationship that's really gone trying to build a business, right? And so that causes friction, it causes misunderstandings, it causes miscommunication, especially if your wife doesn't understand how business works, right? And side note, this video is not going to be super polished. I'm not going to be trying to really watch my words, so to speak. I'm just speaking straight from the heart based on what I've seen and my experiences, and relationships and marriages being truly affected just by someone trying to build a business. And and I understand a lot of times, the man, and again, like I said, it's both women and men that overwork themselves and interfere with their relationships. However, most of the time it's the men that's the worker, right? Working. And the man just wants to provide for his family and his children, usually. That's usually the main motivator. And also, men that want to build new relationships and meet new people so they can have that wife and children in the future, they want to be prepared so that they have the foundation in place in order to build that family. But you're working so much, you're wearing all of the hats, you're doing everything by yourself. And so it's hard, you're gaining momentum, but it's hard for you to break that ceiling and get to the next level because you're doing everything by yourself. And I get that. I actually had one of my clients tell me, like, oh, you're saving marriages, Rochelle, you're saving marriages. Because I'm able to take some of that stuff off of their plate, right? And putting those systems and processes in place allows them to be less stressed, have a better idea and understanding of where they are in their business, and giving them that extra time that they can use to go spend with their wife and their kids, or go meet someone new, have new experiences to find someone that they can attract in their lives, right? And a lot of times, the man, the business owner, is just doing what he feels is best for his family. But most of the time, the wife and the children, they just want that time with their husband and their father, right? Or if you're in a relationship and the girlfriend, she wants time and attention from her boyfriend. So that's where the disconnect happens sometimes. And, when my client said I was saving marriages, I was like, that's not my intention, but it made me feel great that I am able to help give those individuals some of their time back, because that's one thing we can't get back. We can't get back time. You can make more money. You can't make more time, right? So I just wanted to come on here and speak about this because I've seen it happen so many times where I've seen marriages and relationships break up because someone is working all the time. I've seen 20, 30-year marriages end because and again, I'm not trying to pick on the husbands, but that's how it usually happens. The husband, 20, 30 years in, is still working all of those late hours trying to build the business and the empire. You really see it in like law firms, CPA firms, insurance industry, real estate, like all of those pretty heavy service-based businesses. It's kind of hard to step away from those because you are the service as the individual. And a lot of times it's hard to delegate some of those tasks off to someone else because of the nature of the business. It's very sensitive, especially if it's like accounting or legal or real estate or life insurance. Those things, I understand that those are hard to kind of delegate to other people because there's a lot of training involved with some of those service industries. I get that. And so I've noticed so many, and these were like owners of businesses, partners in large firms that end up getting divorced because that woman stuck with them all these years, knowing that there was going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, right? Once the business got to a good place, then that husband would be able to have more time at home, more time with the family, right? But then the wife realizes that never happens because 20, 30 years in, he's still doing the same things, working all hours of the night. And then when that happens, the wife starts to think, oh, is he really working? Or is there something else going on? Is he cheating? Is he having an affair? He's always gone. He's always out of town. So it's like, and again, the husband in his mind, most of the time, is doing what he thinks is best for his family, providing and making sure they're secure and their futures are secure. And sometimes they have to keep going because they have to pay for college for the kids, etc. And so it's necessary, and so you have to find that balance. I just see it happening over and over and over. And somebody just said this to me the other day. He's been in a relationship for like 11 years, and he doesn't even want to propose to his girlfriend until he gets himself financially established in his business. And I get that, but the girlfriend, she just wants him, And so I just wanted to make this video because I thought it was interesting that one of my clients said I was saving marriages. And it made me think about all of these marriages I have seen in shambles because of one or both people working overtime. And then the kids, they don't understand what that means. I've even seen it in some military families where the man has said, oh, well, I'm providing for the family. The kids will understand. I can't spend time with them. I have to do this. And then the kids grow up to be resentful of the parent that's in the military and gone all the time, right? And it's just unfortunate. And so I just want to encourage you to actually think about what's really important in your life. Is it really growing an empire and building a business? Because if you're so stressed out and you go home and you don't have time to even spend with your family, what's it worth? Or if your health is affected, you get sick because you're so stressed about the next sale, is it worth that to you? So it's like you have to find that balance in order to, number one, sustain a business, because you can't grow a business if you can't even sustain at the level that you have. So that's where you have to have that, you have to let go of some things and be willing to delegate some of that work off to a virtual assistant. Well, with AI now, some of those things you can just automate yourself, right? And I'm just hoping to help someone really think about what's really important to them in this time. And there's so many things happening right now, and tomorrow's not promised. What's the most important thing to you? What do you want to be remembered by? What do you want your family to remember you by? You don't want them to resent you for always being gone. And again, I've just seen it happen so many times, and it's still happening. And it's harder now because the cost of everything has gone up so much. And so it's kind of hard not to have that desire and requirement to work harder. But you have to work smarter, because if you keep working harder and harder and harder, and I am a testament to this because I have worked harder and harder and harder, and it didn't do me any good. So it's like you have to work smarter and more efficiently in order to be more productive and for your business to get to the next level. You can't do it by yourself. You have to have help, whatever that looks like for you, whether it's an assistant or even if you have somebody helping you at home to take off some of the responsibilities you have at home. That'll reduce some stress. The key is to reduce stress so that you can focus on what's really important. And that is your family as well as your business. You have to have that balance. So I challenge you to really look at your business and see where you can delegate, where you can delete something that's probably not necessary, or if there's something you have to do yourself, figure that out. But start with the thing that you can delete. If it's not required in your business, if it's not going to help your business grow, if it's not going to help your business become more efficient or productive, you can probably get rid of it. But if it's something you know that your business needs, but you don't have to do it yourself, delegate it. You will be even something as simple as your calendar. Like, if you can delegate that one simple thing to someone else, you will notice a huge difference in how your life is affected, and you're gonna feel less stressed just from that simple change. So I challenge you. I just wanted to get on here, no fluff, I'm no fluff anyway, but I just wanted to get on here and like just be real and share what I've seen. I want marriages to thrive. I want relationships to thrive. Nobody wants to be alone, even though they say they don't mind being alone. People want other people. That's just the reality of it. And you can only be alone for so long. But when my client said I'm saving marriages, it just triggered me to really think about how I'm truly helping people. And there's so many other people out there that can help you just like I am. But you have to help yourself and do what's best for you, your business, and your family. And your future family, if you want to ever establish one. So hopefully this helps you think about that and what's truly important, and just start to delete and delegate those non-important things out of your life. I just want to be real, talk to you straight, direct, and just, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video.